Welcome to Old Guy Plays 1969 for my playthrough of City Skylines 1. You might be saying, okay, why are you doing Skylines 1? Because 2 is a resource hog. It's also still 60 bucks. It's full of bugs. I need a better video card. And even though this is a Ryzen 5 computer I'm using, it still probably isn't good enough. It probably really, for that game, you should have a Ryzen 9. But anyway, I guess in this first episode, we're going to figure out what are we going to call this city. Anyway, I'm going to pop into the game here. And then from there, have a look at the maps and stuff. This is a modded playthrough. I will include the mod list in the video description below. I'm also going to do a little shout out to Rye Guy. You're watching this one. I know this is a game you got, and you said that it looks interesting. The problem with it is you could never get it to make money. So maybe this video will be for you. So what map are we going to play on? Well, I was eyeballing the first one. That's because it's got 75% suitable area to build on. But the one I think I really want to try is this one down here. It's called Mountain Tapper. So we still got some coastline that we can play with here. And I think it's just one main artery that comes in and cuts through. Got a little bit of resources of each thing. I guess we'll take it from there. And like I said, where this is a modded playthrough, you're going to see this load. This is an actual mod. Normally, all you get is this if you're playing vanilla. What this is it tells you what mods are loading and if any assets are missing or you have crashes. Plus it creates a log in your file system so that if you are missing an asset, you're able to go onto the Steam Workshop and find that asset and get it back in your game where it belongs so that you don't end up with any errors. And I'm pretty sure I don't have any with the mod list that I am using. If you do decide to go ahead and use all the mods that I am, Skylines is going to tell you a lot of them are out of date or they don't work anymore or they're broken. You can ignore those. They'll work fine. I haven't had any problems with them. Okay, so here we are with our new city. This is another mod. This tells you if you have any problems or whatever. These are all saying that there's problems with the network, and it's only because the highway comes in, but it doesn't do anything else. That's why. Anyway, this is our start grid, and even though you're kind of looking at it, how are you looking at this? Yeah, I guess the map, when it shows you on the start screen, it shows you way over here. So I guess we're going to want to try to, maybe build towards the ocean. Oh, it looks so pretty. All right, let's get up to the starting grid. Wow. This is interesting. It's almost like we got a double trumpet to start us off. These here as well is another mod. It's some additional information to let you know when you're missing stuff. Yeah, so let you know when you're missing stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go into options in here. Use a color correction, maybe. Let's try temperate first here. We'll apply that and see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think that, really made any much of a change to it already. Neutral. See a change there. Let's see what that one looks like. That one's not bad. Those are what you call different LUTs, I think, that you can put in. Again, more mods. Of course, this is the traffic manager mod, UI mod here. unified UI, so you can put things. You got the poppable Rico, the bulldozer thing I got there, so it automatically removes destroyed buildings, that sort of thing. I'd love to go in here and actually use the radio. I got tons of radio stuff here that we could use, but unfortunately, due to copyright, can't use any of it. So, you got a brand new city, and you're saying to yourself, where the hell do I start? Well, you have your starting grid, which is where? Up here? Or down here? Well, first thing you're going to want to do is you got a highway connection, a road, out of city limits. Okay, so looks like we have to build over here first. We got to start in this section. We're going to want to expand because we want to get to the ocean. So it looks like we're starting with this starting point of the map, which is okay. We can deal with this. This is fine. One of the things I did want to check here, I wanted to go into options, and I wanted to go into the audio because, well, the radio volume we're going to turn down. Main volume, bring it up 60%. I don't know, maybe 7. It's probably okay. And bring everything else down 70. Not sure what user interface does, but anyway, and the chirper volume, make him almost non-existent. It's a little bird up top that tells you all kinds of crap up here. But anyway, I also have a mod to let you zoom way out. I also have the mod that lets you use all the tiles. Got lots of mods, lots and lots of mods. I don't know how well I'll do with this with vanilla, but I might try a vanilla playthrough. But anyway, first thing you want to do is you want to just build a road. Any old road. Just plop a road down and then delete that fucker. Why did I do that? Because after you create your first road, you then get your 2-lane road. Your 2-lane road with median, and all the way over here, 1-way roads, and you get this little guy. Lay dirt road, which is what we're going to start with after I build our main junction. So I'm going to go with the 2-lane highway. Give yourself a little space. Come up to the first 2 dots. I think is probably a good place to go. Now here, this is the upgrade road. This is straight line. Now this tool, where is it? Right here. This is the one here. You can allow yourself to take off angles and road length. We'll get into that a little bit further as we go on. And then this mod over here, part of the mod, allows you to disable zoning on the side of the road or whatever if you want. Okay, so let's go to the first 2 dots. Plop down. And, okay, right now it's the right side of the road, left side of the road. It's no zoning, and it's full zoning. If you see the squares on the left and right of the roadway, so it allows you to, zone there if you want, or you can click on this and say only zone to the right, only zone to the left, don't zone at all, which I think is what I'm going to select for this first little bit of road. And let's go here. Everything is on, that's fine. Snap to, so boom. Oh yeah, as they say. This is our first road. And now We want to head to the dirt road, select it. Now we got to connect this up. Now keep in mind too, you only get 70,000 to start, so you don't want to blow through all your cash. That would be a no-no. Now this is a two-lane road. Two-lane road. One lane going up, one lane coming down, and these are one-way roads. So we're going to build a road here. Best way to do that. Probably like that. Use the curve tool. One like that. Oh, that looks absolute like shit. And I'll be the first to admit that. It does looks horrible. Horrible, horrible. What was I ever thinking doing that? It's tough when you got a highway coming in like that. What can I do to fix that up? What if... I do not like that at all. Can't even build a nice piece of road over the top of that. Well, I guess what I could do, shorten that a little bit. Wow. Still gonna be absolute shite, isn't it? We have our first dilemma, folks. What if... I can't connect it all the way down, really. Here's what I'm going to do. I think. Try deleting that. I mean, I didn't really want to do that because those are, whoever built the map, they put those so close together, not really much you can do about that. Anyway, once we get more roadways and things of that nature unlocked, maybe we could do something with that afterwards. Right now, we just need a dedicated way in and a way out. Now, we're going to use our little highway mod here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the traffic lights. Parking, so we want no parking. Any of these roads here. Okay, and that's speed. This is vehicle restrictions. It's the lane connector. Toggle traffic lights. That's the one. We'll shut the lights off there. And we'll put traffic signs in here. So we want to Yeah. Do I want to put yield signs in there? I mean, they're going to veer off in two different directions. I don't think we're going to need them. But we'll remove the traffic lights here because just need the traffic to flow and come in and go. Okay, now the next thing we need a water system in this, and we need a sewage system. So let's go to water. And let's have a look at the inlet pipe. Okay, so this water is traveling this way, downstream. Then, what's it doing here? I'm not gonna get much water pumping out of this here. Maybe. Because right there we get pretty good water. Let's have a look. I have to cross their train tracks here too. I already see some of the interesting pitfalls that we're going to have on this map because if I'm going to play this realistically, you can only get things unlocked as your population grows. So, what you may start with, just to get your city up and running, is not where you're going to end off with. You're going to have to tear things down and change it. And then as you unlock new things, you get going. And, you know, if you want somebody that's a complete expert, well, then you're going to want to look at City Planner Plays, or you're going to want to have a look at Biffa. Those two guys can pretty much just within a few seconds. The problem with both of those gents, well, maybe I shouldn't say problem because they're both really good content creators. The issue that I have watching their videos, if you're somebody like me who isn't an expert playing, or you're somebody new to City Skylines, they go so bloody fast, it's just too hard to follow along. So hopefully this is much slower paced for everybody. As you can see, I'm not perfect with the way I designed the road here. I'm hoping afterwards, when I get all the other roads unlocked, that I can probably rip this out because I don't like this wonky, even though it looks cool, I don't like this wonky trumpets exits there. I'll probably clean this all up afterwards and make that much better. A better junction coming in off the highway. I got a few additional highway junctions that I've added, so, you know, maybe those will be better. Okay, all right, anyway, along with the water, or on with the water, get a bit of land here. We don't... Okay, I'm thinking... Sheesh. Can't demolish those rocks. So the other problem is too, is I'm going to need power up here to run this thing. Maximum you can get is 8. And I'm only going to get about 6 watts here. I mean, I could build this here, run lines between the two. I don't know how much be able to run off the 8 watts for a while. Well, once we start making money, then I might be able to go to coal. All right, so let's plop this down first. Now, the thing with power, that blue grid there, That shows you how far the power extends from that. Let's go back to water. We're going to need our outlet pipe. Now that's a regular water drain pipe there. Then we have the eco-friendly one. It's $480 a week. 4,000. This is $320, but it's going to put nothing but crap water everywhere. I like to reduce the crap water. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get away with throwing that there. Oh, we did. Now, I need one power pole that extends from there to there. Power on those. Now, we are going to need water pipes. Connect that one. Water and sewage go together, and these go underground. And that's going to cost some money. All right. Anyway, build that to there. Need an inlet pipe. Inlet pipe there. Connect those up. Now I'm going to need juice to this outlet. Okay. All right, gets us down to 49,000. Just getting the sewage situation taken care of. Then our mayor has to build a pipe connecting it down to our roadway. So what I'll do is I will start the pipe here. I like to keep the pipes under the roads. Wow, this is going to cost some money. 1,000. Go. All right, that's a start. Now let's build our grid. We gotta get a grid. So right now I can't see where the resources are. It's not open to us yet. Can't see none of that. So I don't know where the ore is. I don't know where the good farming land is. I don't know where nothing is. So the trick is you want to have your commercial, you're going to want to have your residential, and you're going to want to have your industry. And you don't want your industry close to your residential. So, you know, I could say, oh, well, I think what I'll do is I'm going to put the industry over here. And then I could end up plopping it down on fertile land, and I'm not going to know that until later. Then once you realize that, it's like, oh, well, that's where the farm's going to go. Then you got to kind of move your industrial somewhere. And then you have to wait for the ground to get better because it'll be polluted, and then you can put your farm there. I mean, that's if you want to go through the trouble of moving things around. I usually like to. I really like to. And I can't fix that piece over here either, but as soon as I can, I will, and I'll put a little loop in there just so in case any cars go down that end of the road, they can loop around. Okay. I thought cities on the regular thing here. I thought there was like just a regular cities radio that played just regular music. This one? Yeah, maybe not. I mean, yeah. I thought there was a regular soundtrack in here. Maybe there's not. We got some nice radio stations in here, but like I said, you can't play any of them because then you'd get YouTube copyright strikes. So I hope you're enjoying this without music. That's all I can say. I mean, I could turn back on my piped-in music, but I think even that would get annoying and monotonous after a while. Okay, so I think here now, if you're looking to save money, and maybe I'll build it that way, because, you know, this is all about, like, getting your money. So, I mean, you want to start off with dirt roads. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to build a small grid here to put in our industrial on this side, put my residential over on the other side, because that's where my freshwater pipes were as well. So let's start off with, let's blow 1,000. If you're noticing this jumping, that's one of the angle snaps. Well, let's blow $1,000 this way. All right, now the next thing you're going to want to do is, these are nodes, and the game will try to separate those because you a nice 90-degree angle. I also got to turn my zoning back on here. Fix these bloody roadways here because I turned the zoning off from earlier. Didn't want to do that. Fix that. Shut that off. Okay, anyway, back to the node. It gives you even and straight. So now you know you're at a 90-degree angle. You don't want to build your house too close to the highways because they don't like the noise. Here we don't have to really give two cahoots because it's our industry. And see how this nicely lines up right along the order of our first plot. Now, keep our eye on the money, honey, as I say. Okay, so these two connect up. There we go. Now, the next one you want to build is right there, so you can get a nice connecting line between the two. It's mountain's probably there. Between there. 90 degrees. Yep, looking good, looking good, looking good, looking sharp, as they say. Or as Biffa would say, excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, now we got a little bit of a gap in here because we don't have even spacing. So what I'm going to recommend here is to build this roadway up to here. And yeah, what the hell, we'll just take it right across. Gonna leave those open. That looks pretty clean, and that looks to me like that'll give us a good enough start. And then over on this side, 39,000. Let's go $1,000 this way. And over on this side, space is already occupied. I'll say, with what? $7,000. Doing okay, I guess. And you want nice, even lines for your grid. This one's going to line up with the dots. And a little bit off here. You're not going to get things perfect. Don't worry about getting them perfect. You know, my first city with you guys, and you know, it's also the first city. So there we go. So we got a little bit of a grid happening. Let's go back to this tool, to our traffic lights. We're going to come back down here. We're going to shut these off. We don't need all these traffic lights. We're just going to be a small city to start with here. Shut those off. And let's go back to our water pipes. Citizens need water. Now, try to keep these, like City Planner says, keep them under pipes under the roads. Now, with Skylines 2, apparently you won't have to worry about that. It's the industry with water. Let the water this way. Doing for money. 25,000. I think we're gonna be okay here. I mean, now when it comes to water pipes, you don't gotta build them under the roadways. I mean, if you don't want to, as long as it's covered in blue, you're fine. So Biffa at first didn't do that, but then watching more City Planner plays, you know, because he's a real city planner, I guess pipes are supposed to go into the road. So eventually, the great mayor of the city, me, will eventually tear this up and put the pipes under the road, because I think it looks neat that way too. Plus, you know, you're gonna want to know where all your junctions are. Now, everybody's favorite part, the zoning. So right now you got full demand here for res. So what you want to do is go to residential, and we want to go to the fill tool, I guess, and we will fill in res all through here. And do it along here. Won't do it back there yet. Now, big marquee. Just do it there. Now, if the citizens move in there, they're not gonna have any juice. So, did I leave myself enough money to make the power plant? I did. It's 19,000, but once I plop her down, will I have enough to build the electrical wires we need to go over there? Let's hope so. Looks like we do. Just got to get it to connect to the grid. Now we can actually take the game off pause. And I know a lot of guys at this point, this is where they hit that speed button and they jump out. And I don't like to do that. Let's have a look at some of our trucks. Woo, look at them go. Oh, there goes a local Sobeys truck. I got Canadian assets in here too, just because I'm from Canada. All right. People are building houses. Now this is ungodly. They're not going to like that. We'll eventually move those, because what will happen is this blue zone, it'll expand out. And then eventually we can delete those electrical towers, and we're going to want to do that because everything in this game that you plop down is going to require maintenance. Now it says our power Grid looks really good. Now this is going to be off because this is 48 watts. But the problem is this, it's adding this too, and these are not connected. But I don't have the money to connect those two grids at the moment. The only reason why these have their own power source is we need them to pump the poo, which you see coming out of the pipe here, and giving us our water over here. Now, we're starting to get a little bit of demand for a commercial, and I think we're going to want to put the commercial is going to be in here off of this roadway. So let's add some commercial zoning there and there. Now I'm going to want to move this, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up with a whole bunch of traffic right here. All the industry trucks are going to have to use this to come in, because the industry is here too. This is going to get ransackled. So eventually we're going to have to redesign this entire thing. Maybe what we're going to have is a main thoroughfare that goes through with the highway. And we'll extend both lanes of the highway out this way through the map, like just maybe curve it this way and around, back out to the main highway out here, just so that we have a thoroughfare in our city. Because, you know, you kind of want to follow what they call road hierarchy. You definitely need that, because the game kind of relies on that. So we've started with dirt roads. These guys will not upgrade their houses or any of that. That's where you hit the ding, ding, ding. If you've seen other videos, they won't upgrade their houses until a little bit later on. Oh, I just noticed something else too. I must have shut the zoning off on this road going this way as well. I'm gonna have to fix that. There we go. And the reason why that's like that is because I got no money. Now we are draining the coffers. Okay, so there's no more demand for can't talk right, never can, for residential. Still some demand for commercial, so let's throw some more commercial in on this section here. A net power problem here till we get these to connect. Put a little commercial there, a little there on that road, maybe. No, let's select that. We're gonna need to start putting in our industrial. Start the industrial revolution. Okay. There we go. Industry's being built. Now, like I said, you kind of want to go slow. You don't want to go too apeshit crazy, building everything. See, right now I got no money. I can't even put any power plugs up here. So, yeah, so, oh, I got lucky. They got connected. Hopefully this will eventually connect to that. And then once that happens, I can get rid of these power lines here. But you see, right now I can't even tax my good citizens because they don't have that open yet. That hasn't been unlocked. Probably should have a look. So we get 248 citizens. We have to get 480 before we get even just some of the basic services locked in. So one of the things you can do is you can pause the game anytime that you want to and have a look where you're going to put stuff. So eventually I have to think, okay, where am I going to want to stick the landfill, and where am I going to want to stick some of the services, right? So some of the city services are probably going to be here on the main road. I'll probably build a square out this way and make this like the town hall, the main part of the city here, the central part. We'll keep the industry over here and the residential over here for now until I can see other topographies and stuff of the land, so we know where the resources is. See, this is the reason why you want to go slow, because just that little bit I built took up all that demand, right? Now, another thing a lot of guys don't do is they don't let the night cycle play through. In this game, I gotta honestly tell you, the night is cool looking. Of course, no matter where you put your cursor, it lights up, but you know, you can see the cars, headlights. You know, look, there's a subway. Look at that one. Going in there. That's some more of our North American assets going to work there. Some North American style looking houses going in here. Okay, so we've met all of our demands. Now here's the key thing. Don't build anything else, because we're in the hole right now. And I can't even so much as take out a loan right at the moment, right? Okay. Now, one thing you could do if you wanted to starting off, because you're paying all this money for the upkeep of these things, you can shove these budgetary things down to save money, because right now we're spending 527 every rotation that it calculates this, so it's going to keep adding to this debt until I can get the taxes in. So what I'm going to do is I will cut this back, and if it does go crazy, what we can do is we'll move it back up. So let's have another look at that now. 581 should in a couple of rotations cut that down. Yep, now we're getting the little icons for sewage popping up everywhere, so I think I've cut the power back too far. No? Okay. Used to be okay. Thought we were developing a problem there for a moment. See, now we're in the positive. We're making money. So, all we're looking to do at this point, just to build our population, we need 480. Once it unlocks, it gives you an injection of cash every time you get an upgrade. So as long as you're keeping this green, you're good. Don't worry about starting off with negative numbers. You just kind of want at the beginning, don't blow all your money, because you want to be able to get your infrastructure down. So, you know, water in, water out, power to those facilities, piping to the city. Remember, you need 3 zones to start off with. You need your industry, your commercial, and your residential. Get that set up. And just use the basic roads for now and cut your budget down to nothing. Then once you get this start going in a positive number, then you can start to balance those out. And most of the time what I do is when I'm playing is eventually I don't even bother touching those. I build things because, you know, once you get, you know, money in the positive, you're good. Okay, sewage availability. Oh yeah, water availability is good. Sewage availability is a little low, but that's fine. It's still well in the green, so that's good. And it's the water. No trash pickup or anything yet. Power says it's a little low. So they're consuming 10 watts, and our production says it's 12. But again, like I said, that's a little thrown off because I don't have this grid, what this is generating, connected to this grid. That produces 10 megawatts. So, like I said, we're not going to build anything else, because if I was to throw down more zones here, which I may cut this zone here, may cut this zone off here. I tell them for now, don't build them here. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's already going up there, so I'll leave it. Gonna have a little bit of a few vacant lots in here, I guess, but The reason why I don't want too much buildup happening in here is because if they build houses, they're going to start sucking more juice. And then, see, already we're getting close to the end of the production. And because we're in the hole, I can't build a power line that would be able to connect this grid to this one and supply the extra juice we need. And we've already reduced the power budget. Okay, so we've made it to our first goal. So we're a little hamlet, and now we can build elementary schools, clinics, recycling center. We can put in a landfill site, all of this stuff, medical, community school. We're not going to build any of that crap because it costs us money. See, we got a $20,000 injection. At this point, I recommend pausing the game. So we're going to have to spend a little bit of money. So let's see if we can address these power concerns first. Now, don't have enough money to plop down a power grid. But what I would like to do, possibly just for now, connect these grids up. $3,000, huh? I think that's worth it. Okay, let's let that run for a second. Let's just see what that does to the power consumption just for a minute or two. And we're in the positive economy. See, and now we can do taxes. So the next thing we want to do is to put this up to 12% and leave it. The citizens seem to be happy with 12. If you go any higher than 12, they'll get pissed off. You can take out a loan now at this point, but that's a problem. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it. Leave it to Cleaver. Okay. Let's let this run again. So we're plus 800 to cycle. Now that'll jump up now that I'm taxing these guys. Now when it's nighttime too, I don't like to build any too much. Let the sun come up. Sounds of the city. What's this going in here? Barbecue joint? Oh, vapor biz. Vapor vibes. Yeah. City's looking good. Look good. Did a nice start on it. I do find the night cycle long. I don't know if anybody else said that. I mean, there is this mod here, the Ultimate Eye Candy. You can kind of go into this one if you wanted to. You could turn the day-night cycle off, and you can turn off the fog. You can turn off all that if you want, like for weather. So the fog intensity is on right now. That's why that looks like that. And I think a lot of creators, they shut that off. Lower it down some. You can change your lighting in here too with this mod. Not kind of touch anything. Day-night cycle speed is normal. Like you can normally, just, if you want to, you can just shut that off. But I think it's kind of cool being able to see the dawn and see the sun come up in our city. Okay, we are still having power issues, but we're making 1,800 a cycle, so it won't be long before we'll be able to make another power plant. Now what I can do to compensate for this is I can go to the budget and I can say, okay, let's crank some more money into sewer and water. If that stops it. They'll probably most likely, yes, if we get a deficit on the power. What do we need for another power plant? Oh, 19,000. We can build it. Okay, so let's plop another power plant down. Let's Build that over there. That'll take up the rest of our cash. That also should address the power issues. Stop complaining, people. You got your juice. There we go. This is why I was using this for the parking. So you end up with people parking on the road there. I'm going to tell them, no, you're not allowed to park there. Get out of there. Keeping an eye on our demands. They're still not going up. And like I said, even though we're going to want to build these things eventually, right now when you're strapped for cash, you can't do anything. And you kind of only want to build it when they start to ask for it. And I think the reason why, you know, you see other content creators are plopping this down, plopping that down, because they got it on fast speed and they're going so bloody quick. They're like, just do this, just do that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, well, a real city doesn't go up that quick. And if you're trying to learn a game as well, you got to take the time to try in your mind to visualize what you got going on here. Because like I said, I know one of the next demands we are going to need is the landfill, right? And I'm thinking the landfill set, I'm going to want to build it right up here in the corner. Right here, probably a good spot. Right here by the train tracks. And then maybe build the incineration plant eventually when I can over here as well. Because, you know, with the trains going by, it's going to be noisy anyway. Would be, you know, away from the residents. Okay. And already they're starting now to complain. My trash is building up. I got trash problems. Well, in order to take care of your trash problems, I need $4 grand. Plus the roadway to take your trash out of the city. Okay, so we might be able to build the road anyway. Let's go to the straight tool. Oh, that costs money getting that out there. Now, can we build a pipe to get there? Go. One more build up. So I need another $2 grand. Now, like I said, at this stage you can take out a loan. Go ahead. I don't like to. I try to maintain cash flow positive if I can all the time. Okay. Hey folks, you can start building more resi in here now again if you want. Now that we have no issues with the power anymore. Whoop. Let's get this. As everything's kind of a balancing act, this. So you want more people, so you can collect more taxes. The more taxes means more money. But as you build things, all of these bloody things have a cost to them. And that's the one thing about City Skylines, I'm not really sure how that works. Like, this is going up, but it kind of ticks off like in cycles, I guess. Best way to put it. Yeah. So, gotta come up with a name for this city too. I know what we're gonna call it. Maybe Old Town? Preppitville? I don't know, something that goes with my old theme, I guess. Okay, we're at $4 grand. So now we can build this. See, it's got the radius of what it's going to pollute. So that's all the reason why you don't want that anywhere near your citizens or the people. Get that plopped down and we should see the garbage trucks leaving here. There they go. Now, gonna go back into that budget there. And the garbage is fine. Start spending again. the regular amount on the power for day and night. And then the roadways can go back up. There we go. Now, it's going to let things tick off for a bit. Build. It looks like they want more industry, so we can definitely give them more of that. There you go. Some more industry. I'll let them have more of that. That means more jobs. There goes their fleet of garbage trucks. They're going to start going down these streets here, and you're going to start seeing these disappear. Okay, disappeared. Okay, well, that keeps everybody happy. Happy. Oh, we're getting ready to hit our next milestone here. Which is what, 8:30? 9:50. 10 more people in, and then we'll have that achievement. Here it comes. Ta-da! We're now a worthy village. Now we can take out a second loan. We can start creating city policies. Build a fire and police station, which are probably priorities, really. And then our next achievement will be tiny town at 1500. So we got some new buildings that we can put up. So let's pause the game again. Go ahead and can't speak. But anyway, we got more cash flow. All right, so fire station. I'm going to put the fire station. Just didn't keep my industry fairly happy. So it will plop down the fire station because it's kind of important. I mean, it's all kind of important, but again, you only want to put it down when you absolutely need it. I think now what we want to do is let things build up. Then we want to build another grid here for more residential. We're going to want to expand our commercial zone out. I think some more. I think what I might do is to make it easier for the citizens, maybe. Wondering if I should build commercial or no, put some residential and put a little bit of commercial in the center. So it's easy for them to get to the stores. You don't want to go too crazy with that, and the reason why you don't is because it causes noise on the people. The other bad thing is the trucks from here have to get over to the commercial to supply them with goods. And if all those trucks going to drive through your residential, that is not good. It'll get your roads all busy. So again, that's why I say about, following the road structure and the hierarchy of the roads. Right now, the demand ain't too crazy. We're making money, and that's all we really got to be concerned about. And then as you're going, now that you have your landfill, you're going to want to keep an eye on that. It's only 1% full, but eventually it is going to get overfilled. Then at that point, that's when you're going to want to have the bottling recycling plant beside it. Also, now that we have policies, one of the things we want to do, that our city is small, we may want to start telling our citizens now about, you know, conserving water and stuff. The recycling one isn't unlocked yet. 5 cents a building. Well, one of the things you can do, 1100, toggle it on. Toggle on the policy and you guys all get a smoke detector. Everybody that lives in the city, and then see how much it costs you after letting it run for a bit. If your income drops severely, shut the policy off again. All right, so fire department availability. Looks like we got pretty good coverage. We pretty much reach everybody there, so that's good. Now, the next thing I expect to start seeing pop up is crime. Okay, yeah, that cost us a bit of money to put that policy in place. We're still green. $700. Oof, I don't know. Might be double. I might have to wait on that one for a little bit. That's dropping too much. Taking away your smoke detectors, folks. Sorry. The good mare taketh, and then the good mare taketh away. All right. Going into the night cycle here again. I mean, what I could do, just so we have more time in the day, I could slow down the cycle of it changing. Well, I think that's just the overall speed of it changing. Yeah. Anyway, might play with that later. Trucks coming in. All right, and I think we are going to, you know, end our video there for today. And we have our camera. Let's have a little panoramic view of our city as we conclude this video. So I would like to thank everybody for watching. If you know, you like City Skylines, City Skylines 1 is a very well developed game. There's tons of mods out there for it. So, you know, pretty much wherever you live in the world, you can probably find the right types of buildings and everything else to build for this game. Pretty realistic. Well, I guess not fully realistic, but I think it's more realistic than, say, SimCity. And that's just my opinion. We'll hit into their house, parking their cars for the night. Anyway, forget what this one is. This is the, oh, that's the screenshot. Cinematic camera. Another panorama of the city. Well, make sure you like and subscribe, maybe even comment. If there's something you'd like to see us build or try to build, I could certainly, you know, entertain that. Like I said, I'm no freaking expert. Looks like the rain has started. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Till next time. Should probably pause the game, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's pause it so that we can put a save in and a cut and all that other good stuff that UBTuber says. Anyway, till episode 2. Oh, some other positive news. I'm going to try to release this series every 2 days, so you're going to get videos a little bit more frequent. Yay, us! Anyway, till next time. Bye-bye.